At first I couldn't quite tell what type of game Jantei Monogatari was. I knew that Monogatari was story in Japanese, but I didn't recognize Jantei. After a sea of cutscenes and watching a true 80s-style Miami Vice protagonist chat up a handful of lovely ladies, I thought perhaps it would be a romance visual novel. Then it gave me a bunch of choices that led to different scenarios, and for a moment I thought it may be a romance or real-life simulation of some kind. When it revealed itself to be nothing more than a flashy mahjong game, I have to admit I both rolled my eyes and laughed out loud. There were three major hands in this cookie jar. The developer is Renovation, whom you may recall handled Final Zone 2, and also the Genesis port of Volleys 3. Behind them was main company Telenet, which had a handful of teams on various projects, including quite a few gems and stinkers from the ChronCD series. Another interesting name that appears on this title screen is none other than Atlas, who may have been the sole publisher or teamed up with Telenet to get Jantei Monogatari out the door. Clearly the concept was to spruce up a bare-bones mahjong game, which must sell well, otherwise companies wouldn't make so many of them on Japanese platforms. I have to hand it to Renovation. The effect works, and had I known how to play mahjong or could read Japanese to learn the story, perhaps I would have played more than the handful of minutes I gave to this title. For the English-speaking gaijin, or foreigner, that I am, it was a repeat of every other mahjong game. I couldn't figure out the right moves and tiles to place down against my opponent, and I eventually lost. Who knows? This may have even been a strip mahjong game, but I'm so bad that I'll never know. Oh, and the name Jantei Monogatari? I think it's the protagonist's name. Perhaps I'm wrong, but I think it means Jantei's story. Either way, it's a mahjong game. Play it if you're interested. Play it if you know mahjong. Who knows? Maybe you'll get some anime naked ladies. But as for me and probably a lot of others, this is another one to avoid.